morning, students. Chapter 11 Chemical Coordination and Integration. In today's class, we are going to discuss another one endocrine gland, that is the pineal gland. Pineal gland is located in the brain. The other name for pineal gland is epiphysis cerebri or conarium. Say in human, the pineal gland is otherwise called as epiphysis cerebri or conarium, and it is located behind the third ventricle of the brain. The pineal gland is formed of two types of cells. One is parenchymal cells and the another is interstitial cells. It secretes a hormone called melatonin. So the hormone which is secreted by the pineal gland is melatonin. This melatonin hormone plays an important role in the regulation of circadian rhythm. So this melatonin hormone plays an important role in the regulation of circadian rhythm of our body, and it only maintains the normal sleep-wake cycle. So what is circadian rhythm means? It is the 24-hour cycle of biological activities associated with the natural periods of light and darkness. Example of circadian rhythm is sleep-wake cycle. So normally we'll sleep at a particular time and also we wake at a particular time. That is the biological clock. Then body temperature, appetite, all this comes under the circadian rhythm. So this hormone melatonin only maintains the circadian rhythm, and it also regulates the timing of the sexual maturation of gonads. So it only regulates the timing of sexual maturation of gonads, that is the reproductive organs maturity. In addition, melatonin also influences the metabolic activities of our body, pigmentation, that is melanin pigmentation, menstrual cycle, and defense mechanism of our body. So these are the functions of the hormone melatonin. Next we will discuss about the thyroid gland. Here you can able to see the picture of the thyroid gland. So the thyroid gland, it is a butterfly shaped gland. The thyroid gland is a butterfly shaped gland. It is a bilobed gland. So it consists of two lobes, and location is, it is located below the larynx on either side of the upper trachea. In this picture you can able to see that thyroid gland is located on either side of the upper trachea, and it is located below the larynx. And when you compare the other glands, it is the largest endocrine gland in our body. The thyroid gland is the largest endocrine gland in our body. Its two lateral lobes are connected by a median tissue called as isthmus. So the two lateral lobes are connected by a median tissue called as isthmus, and each lobe is made up of many lobules. If you take each lobe of the thyroid gland, it is made up of many lobules, and the lobules consist of follicles called acini, acinus in singular. Each acinus is lined with the glandular, cuboidal or squamous epithelial cells. So the follicles are lined with glandular, cuboidal or squamous epithelial cells, and the lumen means the cavity of the acinus is filled with colloid, a thick glycoprotein mixture consisting of the thyroglobulin molecules. In this picture you can able to see the internal structure of thyroid gland. It consists of follicle cell. This follicle cell only secretes the thyroid hormone, and also you can able to see the colloid filled follicles, and also you can able to see the parafollicular cells. So these are the follicles of the thyroid gland. Next we will see the hormones which are secreted by the thyroid gland. The hormones of the thyroid gland are often called as major metabolic hormones, because the hormones mainly control the hormones which are secreted by the thyroid gland mainly controls the metabolic activities. So they are called as the major metabolic hormones. The follicular cells of thyroid gland secretes two hormones, namely triiodothyronine T3 and thyroxine or tetraiodothyronine T4. So the hormones which are secreted by the thyroid gland are T3 and T4. The parafollicular cells or C cells of the thyroid gland, they secrete a hormone called as thyrocalcitonin. So the thyrocalcitonin is a hormone which is secreted by the parafollicular cells. The follicular cells mainly secretes two hormones, that is T3 and T4. And iodine is essential for the normal synthesis of the thyroid hormones. Thyroid releasing hormone from the hypothalamus. So the hypothalamus, it releases the thyroid releasing hormone. This hormone, that is TRH, stimulates the adenohypophysis, that is the anterior pituitary, to secrete the thyroid stimulating hormone, that is TSH, which in turn stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete the thyroid hormones. Thyroid hormones show a negative feedback effect on the hypothalamus and pituitary. In this picture, you can able to see the hypothalamus secretes the TRH, that is thyroid releasing hormone. This hormone stimulates the anterior lobe of pituitary, that is the adenohypophysis, to secrete the TSH, that is thyroid stimulating hormone. This TSH, again in turn, they stimulate the thyroid gland to produce two types of hormones, that is T3 and T4. And they also show the negative feedback inhibition. So they show the negative feedback inhibition. What is negative feedback inhibition means? When the thyroid hormones levels are more, means it gives signal to the anterior pituitary to stop the level of TSH, and again in turn it stops or decreases the level of TRH. This is called as negative feedback inhibition. Now we'll see the functions of thyrocalcitonin, which is secreted by the, that is parafollicular C cells. So what are the functions of thyrocalcitonin means? It is a polypeptide hormone which regulates the blood calcium and phosphate levels. So it only maintains the blood calcium and phosphate levels. It reduces the blood calcium level and opposes the effects of the parathyroid hormone. Now we will see the functions of the parathyroid hormone, that is PTH. It is a hypercalcemic hormone. That means it only increases the blood calcium level. So it is called as hypercalcemic hormone. It is a peptide hormone which is involved in controlling the calcium and phosphate homeostasis. That means it maintains the normal level of calcium and phosphate homeostasis. Homeostasis means that is stable or normal level. Then the secretion of parathyroid hormone is controlled by the calcium level in the blood. It increases the blood calcium level by stimulating osteoclast, that is to dissolve the bone matrix. As a result, calcium and phosphate levels are released into the blood. And this hormone, that is parathyroid hormone or parathormone, it enhances, that is it increases the reabsorption of calcium and also the excretion of phosphates by the renal tubules, and promotes activation of vitamin D. So this vitamin D is responsible for the absorption of calcium. So vitamin D to increase the calcium absorption by the intestinal mucosal cells. So mainly the parathyroid hormone maintains the blood calcium and phosphate level. So this is about the thyroid gland. So the main hormones which are secreted by the thyroid gland are, that is thyroxine and triiodothyronine, that is T3 and T4. Next we will see about the parathyroid gland. So already we have seen the functions of the parathyroid hormones. So the structure of parathyroid gland. In human, 4 tiny parathyroid glands are found in the posterior wall of the thyroid glands. So where the parathyroid glands are located means they are very very small in size, they are tiny, they are 4 in number, they are located on the posterior wall of the thyroid gland. The gland is composed of 2 types of cells. The parathyroid gland is composed of 2 types of cells. One is the chief cells and another one is the oxyphil cells. The chief cells secretes the parathyroid hormone and the functions of the oxyphil cells are not known. And now only we have seen the functions of the parathyroid hormone. Next is the thymus gland. It is also another one endocrine gland. So it is a partially an endocrine gland and partially a lymphoid organ. So the thymus gland has 2 roles. One is it acts as a partial endocrine gland and the other is it acts as a partial lymphoid organ. It is a bilobed structure. It consists of 2 lobes and it is located just above the heart and aorta, behind the sternum. So it is located behind the sternum and above the heart and the aorta. The thyroid gland is covered by a covering called as fibrous capsule. It is covered by a fibrous capsule and anatomically it is divided into 2 regions, an outer cortex and an inner medulla. Here you can able to see the structure of the thymus gland. It is covered by an outer capsule and it is divided into 2 regions. The outer region is called cortex and the inner region is called as medulla. And also you can able to see the interlobular septum and the thymic corpuscle. So the thymus gland, it secretes 4 hormones such as thymolin, thymosin, thymopoietin and thymic humoral factor. So these are the 4 hormones which are secreted by the thymus gland. The primary function of the thymus gland is the production of immunocompetent T lymphocytes which provides the cell mediated immunity. So the main function of the thymus gland is the production of T cells or otherwise called as T lymphocytes which mainly provides the cell mediated immunity. So far we have discussed about the pineal gland and also we have discussed about the thyroid gland, parathyroid gland and thymus gland. Go through this topic. The next class will discuss about the adrenal gland. Thank you.